Let's go Niners. Let's go Niners. Let's go Niners. It is officially game day. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. And sorry for the delay today, guys. I was having issues with my internet, so I apologize for the delay. But of course, this is game day. This is week 5 of the NFL season. The 49ers and Cardinals are meeting up in Arizona. This is an exciting game. Obviously, this is the first start for Trey Lance in his career with the 49ers. So obviously, it's very, very, very exciting. And shout out to everyone watching Jay in the Bay Facebook, Jay in the Bay YouTube page. I appreciate that. And once again, my apologies for coming on a little bit later. I was supposed to be on at 11:30, but the internet was acting up on the brother. But hopefully, you guys can bear with me. I'm looking forward to the game, and of course, we have to start off with this is the Trey Lance era. Obviously, we knew this day would come. I thought it would come much later than expected. Jimmy G. Unfortunately, what a surprise! Jimmy G got hurt. Unfortunately, Jimmy G has missed more games than he's played, and that's why we got a quarterback in Trey Lance. That's why we traded up to the number 3 overall pick to get Trey Lance. And I'm excited for the game. I know a lot of people were saying, "Hey, Trey Lance should have been starting from the first game of the year." But that obviously did not happen. And a lot of people were saying, hey, Trey Lance is better than Jimmy G. Trey Lance opens up the offense. So I want to see that today against the Arizona Cardinals. In the show, there will be updated news about the Cardinals and the Niners, roster moves, injuries, and things like that. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And shout out to everyone watching. Let's talk to the people in them comments. Because without the people in the comments, without the subscribers, there wouldn't be much of a show. Let's say what's good to KD. Thanks for tuning in to the stream, KD. He says, happy Sunday to you, Jay in the Bay. And are you ready for Trey in the Bay? I am ready for Trey in the Bay. I mean, you guys know I've been, one of the biggest, Jimmy G supporters. Jimmy G, that's my quarterback. I've been one of his biggest supporters, but I thought he would play better. The first 2 games, I thought he played solid. Obviously, Detroit, that was his best game. But I thought the first 2 games he played solid. And then the third game and the fourth game, there were turnovers. And we're at this point in the 49ers, we're not that good enough to have multiple turnovers to lose the turnover battle and still win the game. Now, granted, against Green Bay, hey, we had the lead, and against who was the last team, the Seahawks? We were still in that game, but Jimmy G, the turnovers definitely hurt the team, and I'm looking forward to answer Katie's question. I am looking forward to Trey in the Bay. I was very reluctant. I wanted to rely on Jimmy, but Jimmy G hasn't played that well. I know the first drive last week took the team down, scored a touchdown. After that, he was hurt. But if Jimmy's hurt, might as well put in the young buck, might as well put in the young bull in Trey Lance, and let's see what he has. Thanks for tuning in, KD. Jay Mouse, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Jay. He says, go, Trey, go, go, go. Go, Trey, go, go, go. Yeah, I know. I guess I might not be saying that too much about Jimmy anymore, huh, Jay? I might not be saying that that much. But if Trey plays well, I really don't see the need to go back to Jimmy. But, hey, you never know what Shanahan will do. And, I guess we'll see how Shanahan feels after this game. Jay Blackwood, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Jay. Hopefully your Sunday is going well. I know you are looking forward to this Niners game. as much as I am and the rest of the faithful are. He says, "What's up, Jay? Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day." Hey, same to you, man. Same to you. Now, we are talking about Trey Lance, and I wanted you guys' input on something. So, I think Trey Lance will have a productive day. I'm sure there will be some struggles in the game. It's his first start on the road against a division opponent. But I want you guys to leave your thoughts in them comments. Let me know what you guys think Trey Lance's stat line will be. I think he will. I think he will complete maybe like 17 passes. He'll throw for about at least 30 passes. So he'll be 17 of 30. I think he'll throw for about 245 yards. He'll have a total of 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 passing, and I think he'll throw an interception. So let me know what you guys let me know your prediction of Trey Lance's stat line. Let me know what you guys think. But I think he'll be 17 of 30 passing, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT, and one of those touchdowns will be a running touchdown. And let me know what you guys think of Trey Lance's stat line. And I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. Jay Blackwood says, "Let's go Niner Empire." Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a beautiful day. And, the Cardinals are undefeated. I don't know if anyone thought that the Cardinals would be undefeated at this point in the season. They did. I think one of their closest games was the game against Minnesota, I believe. And I think the kicker for Minnesota missed a field goal at the end of the game. So they did kind of, they barely won that game, but win is a win. And there's no doubt this Cardinals team is pretty good. There's no doubt they have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. I believe they have the most total yards average per game. Kyler Murray seems like he's taking that next step. They have a nice dual threat at the running back position in Edmonds, who is a game time decision. I think Edmonds is going to play. Also, they have James Conner, the running back, who they got last year from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they have a nice running back tandem there. And, of course, you add Kyler Murray with his running ability. That's why they're definitely one of the most fierce rushing attacks in the NFL, at least through the first 4 games of the year. Of course, they have D-Hop. They have Christian Kirk. They have Moore at wide receiver. They have, the old Wiley vet and AJ Green. He's looking pretty good in Arizona. A change of scenery seems to help his career, at least for the first 4 games of the year. So this offense is one of the best in the NFL. They beat the LA Rams, last week. That was a hell of a win for them to knock off, one of the better teams in the division. So the Cardinals, they're ready to go. They do have some injuries, though. We definitely will get into that. But, yeah, let's go Niners Empire. Young Hitter says, "What's up, Jay? Hope you're having a wonderful day." Jay, yeah, I'm good, man. I just had some internet difficulties in the beginning, but yeah, I'm on now. So thanks for your support. Thanks for checking on me, man. He says, "Niners." Absolutely. Roberto, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Roberto. Thanks for tuning in. And for those that are in the stream, make sure you hit the thumbs up button for the video. Let me know that you're enjoying the stream. I would appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to Jay in the Bay. Jay says the Trey Lance era starts. Yes. I am looking forward to it because I don't think a injured Jimmy G is a productive Jimmy G. We've seen him in games where he was hobbled or he couldn't protect himself. I can never forget the home game against Miami where we got blown out and Jimmy G was benched after the first half of the game. We've seen where Jimmy and I respect Jimmy. I respect Jimmy for wanting to play through injuries. I respect Jimmy for giving it his all, and he wants to be there for the team and he wants to try to play no matter what. I respect that, but we have Trey Lance back. He's practiced all week. Trey Lance has. He's taken all the first team reps, and I'm excited to see what he can do. And hey, I wish Jimmy gets healthy sooner than later for sure. And but we'll see how this start goes with Trey. I think Trey will definitely play better than he did last week. Last week he didn't take any first team reps. He came in the game in the second half. And he looked like a rookie. He had some good plays. He had some bad plays. Now let's see how he looks going up against this Cardinals defense. And
and he's had a week of first team reps, so he's prepared. He's much more prepared today than last week in the second half of the game versus the Seahawks. And this one thing that will definitely benefit the 49ers in this game will be our running game versus the Cardinals run defense. The Cardinals run defense, their running game is not very good. I believe they're bottom 5, bottom 6. They're averaging about 135 yards per game. And I think we should be able to get over 135 yards per game when you take into account Trey Lance running the ball. Yeah, you take into account Trey Sermon, who had his best game as a 49er last week against Seattle. And then we have the return of Elijah Mitchell. We definitely missed him in the running game. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. We missed him in the running game, and I'm glad he's back. He's healthy, and I'm excited to see what he can do against this poor AZ Cardinals defensive line and defensive unit as a whole, because they struggle against the run. Sean, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Sean. How's your Sunday going? He says, hey, Jay, what's good? Let's go, Trey, in the Bay. Yeah, it seems everyone is excited to see Trey. And, of course, we are. We traded up from pick 12 to pick 3 to get him. And we'll see what it's all about. I'm looking forward to seeing some read option. I'm looking forward to seeing Trey Lance throw the ball deep. I'm looking forward to zone read. And I'm looking forward to him making defenses look silly. That's for sure. Aiden, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Aiden. And Aiden is a Seattle Seahawks fan. And, of course, over here we represent the faithful, the Niner Empire. But I welcome all NFL fans to join Jay and the Bay show, especially if you're in the NFC West division. And Aiden clearly is a Seahawks fan. And it sucks that Russell Wilson got hurt. Very unfortunate for the Seahawks. They say he could be out from at least a month to maybe 2 months. Obviously, for Seahawks fans, they want him sooner. They want him back in the starting lineup sooner than later. But yeah, it's a tough injury. And Aiden says, best of luck to the Niners today. Need the Cardinals to lose. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want to dethrone the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are the last undefeated team in the NFL. And I'm surprised by that. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm definitely surprised that the Cardinals are undefeated. But they have a very good team so far. Their offense is humming, and the Niners defense will have our hands full in trying to stop the Cards offense. That's for sure. Steven, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Steven. He says, hey there at Jay and the Bay. Good luck today. Absolutely. Good luck to your Titans today as well, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Steven. And for those that are just tuning in, feel free to predict Trey Lance's stat line. I mentioned earlier, I think Trey Lance, I think he'll complete 17 of 30 passes today. I think he'll throw for 2 touchdowns. He'll rush for 1 touchdown, and then he'll have 1 interception. And, he is a rookie. I think he will be a little inaccurate at times. That's what we've seen from Trey. But let's see what he does. And, yeah, feel free to predict his stat line in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think of Trey and what type of performance you think he'll have in today's game. Young Hitter gives his prediction. He says, I believe there's going to be a lot of deep throws down the field. And I'm looking forward to that. I know that was one big issue with Jimmy G. He didn't throw the ball down the field as much. Whether that was Jimmy didn't trust offensive line, Jimmy didn't have the rapport with the receivers, Jimmy didn't like to take shots. I think it was more Jimmy didn't like to take shots. He liked to take what the defense gave him. Because you see other quarterbacks, they'll throw the ball deep when their receiver's not really open, but they know that their receiver's going to make a play on the ball. And Jimmy didn't really do that too often. And that is one thing I'm looking forward to seeing with Trey today. He will throw the ball down the field deep. And, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Tommy Huxley, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Tommy. He says, without Kittle, our run game won't be what we need. Interesting. Now, I know Kittle is a beast. Kittle is the best, blocking tight end in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. But, this is one thing that the Cardinals do not very well, is they have a hard time stopping the run. They rank bottom 6 in run defense in the NFL. And we need to attack that weakness. And the way we do that is we run the ball with Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, And Ross Dwelly, Charlie Warner, they're going to have to step up. That's for sure. And I don't think Shanahan's going to shy away from running the ball. I think if we're able to run the ball effectively, we should be running the ball at least 30 to 35 times a game. Our offensive line is healthy. Trent Williams, the big silverback, is playing today. So everyone on the offensive line is healthy. Yes, we're missing Kittle, but we still need to run the ball, in my opinion. JB and M Sports Fanatic, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, JB, and congrats. Welcome to the 1K club, 1K subscriber club, man. Your hard work, your updates, your live streams. Make sure you guys check out JB and M Sports Fanatic. If you want to watch some live streams, whether it's college football, whether it's NFL football, he does it on his channel. And also he does NFL updates, NBA updates, things like that. So JB&M, he keeps me abreast of what's going on in the NFL, NBA, and all that good stuff. So shout out to JB&M Sports Fanatic, man. Keep up that hard work. And once again, welcome to that 1K subscriber club, man. You earned it, that's for sure. Young Hitter says, let's see Trey Lance open up. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing him do that zone read. I'm looking forward to seeing him throwing deep. And hopefully, since Kittle is out, hopefully we'll see the Ayuk show. Can we see more of Brandon Ayuk? I mean, I don't know. I know Debo has been having a hell of a year. I believe he's still the number one ranked wide receiver as far as receiving yards, I believe, at least coming into today. So I know Debo's been going off. Debo has been looking great. But we need to see more of Ayuk. Let's see more of Ayuk. How about Trent Sherfield? How about Mohamed Sanu? Maybe we will throw the ball a little bit more. But I think it depends on the running game. I think we have to run the ball. We have to establish the running game first. And in order for us to do that, we have to be stout on the offensive line. We have to be able to create holes in the running game. And if we do that, I think we will. And part of the reason running the ball, I think our best defense is keeping Kyler Murray off the field, right? The least amount of opportunities that Kyler Murray and the offense have to score, that benefits the 49ers. And, if we keep the ball out of their hands, I think we will definitely benefit from that greatly. Seahawks Eddie, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Seahawks Eddie. Man, good luck to your Seahawks, man. You guys are going to need it, especially without Russell Wilson. He says, what's up, Jay in the Bay? Hey, thanks for tuning in to the stream. And I guess, you guys don't play today because you played on Thursday. But, you guys play, I think, next Sunday. But good luck to you guys, man. David, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, D. He says, what's up, brother Jay? Hey, it's all good in the hood, talking about the faithful, the Niner Empire. I appreciate you coming through to the stream. Let's see. 49ers, Lakers for life. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream. 49ers, Lakers for life. Thanks for tuning in. He says, what's up, fam? It's all good on a Sunday. The game, we are about an hour and a half away from the game. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for kickoff. But let's get into, there's some news. There were some news within the last 24 hours. Specifically in regards to the 49ers roster moves. So, for instance, wide receiver Travis Benjamin has been activated to the current active roster. So he should be playing in today's game. I think this is good, especially with the special teams issues we've been having. The last 2 games with Tanner Connor. He had one good game, or he had one good run. That was against Green Bay. Then he fumbled a kickoff return in the last game. I wouldn't be surprised. I would say I would expect wide receiver Travis Benjamin to be on the kickoff return. That's what I would expect. And maybe he can get in on some snaps on the offensive side of the ball. Now, due to the injury, of course, unfortunately, to George Kittle, tight end Tanner Hudson has been called up to the active roster. And obviously these players were once on the practice squad. So Tanner Hudson should be getting some snaps today, along with Charlie Warner and Ross Dwelly. But I believe Ross Dwelly is tight end number 1 right now. Ross Dwelly is tight end number 1. Ross Dwelly has a great opportunity, to get some crucial snaps in this game. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do because a lot of people like Ross Dwelly, and I think he's solid. Obviously, when you have a George Kittle, you have a superstar in front of you, you're not going to see as many snaps as Kittle, and you're not going to be able to prove, what you can do on the field. So looking forward to seeing what Ross Dwelly can do with starter snaps. And of course, quarterback Nate Sudfeld has been activated to the current roster, the active roster, because of Jimmy G being hurt. So it looks like Nate Sudfeld will back up Trey Lance in today's game. So that's the current 49ers roster move so far. Let's get back to these comments. Tommy says that's 4 losses without Russ. Sorry, Seahawk fans. Oh man. Hey, that's interesting. Because the Seahawks will definitely be in some trouble without, Russell Wilson. And it's crazy. Russell Wilson has I think he's never missed a game as a starting quarterback, I believe. So that's pretty incredible. That's pretty incredible when you think about it. Russell Wilson has not missed a game as a starting quarterback. So very unfortunate for the Seahawks fans. They're definitely going to have an uphill battle, that's for sure. Geno, when he came in, he didn't look bad. I thought, he looked solid. But we'll see how he does when other teams can plan for him and they know he's going to be there. It's going to be much different. Don Dawson, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Don. Thanks for tuning in. She says, good morning, Jay in the Bay. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully your Sunday morning is going well. Hopefully you had a productive week. Tommy Huxley says he will be out 4 weeks. That's 4 losses. Probably. Let's see who they play. Let's see what are the Seahawks next 4 games. Let's see. So the Seahawks, they will play. Oh, looks like they have the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday. Oh, that's gonna be a Sunday night game. The Seahawks will be in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, they're not playing great so far. I think that's kind of a toss-up game right there. Then the Saints play Seattle. That could be a loss. They have the Jaguars. They could probably win that game. And then they have a bye, and then they play the Packers. So at best, maybe the Seahawks will go. They play the Steelers, Saints, Jags, Packers. Maybe at best they would go 2-2. Maybe they'll beat the Steelers. Maybe they'll beat the Jags. We'll see. But yeah, they hopefully they get, for their sake, hopefully they get Russell Wilson back after that Packer game, because then they play the Cardinals and Washington and the Niners and Texans. So it's going to be definitely an uphill battle for them good old Seattle Seahawks, that's for sure. Let's see. Jay Mouse says Russell Wilson is out for 6 weeks. Yeah. I heard that, Russell Wilson, he's going to try to, get back on the field as soon as he can. But yeah, it looks like he said he wants to come back, in a perfect situation within a month, but it could be 6 to 8 weeks. So we don't know. But yeah, it looks like the minimum of 4 weeks, maximum about 8 weeks, maybe 6 to 8 weeks. So let's see. Tommy says his doctor says 4 weeks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree with you, Tommy. And that's why I think it's going to be sooner than later for Russ, because, he wants to come back as soon as possible. There's no doubt they're a better team with Russ under center. Newsflash. Young Hitter is offering us a prediction. He says the defense comes off with a few interceptions. Trey Lance hits Ayuk with a deep throw, and it's a touchdown. I like that. I like the sound of that, Young Hitter. Hopefully, with Trey Lance coming back, with Trey Lance starting his first game, hopefully he can, obviously Trey Lance had rapport with Trent Sherfield in the preseason. I wonder if we'll see that in this game today. But hopefully, and I'm looking forward to seeing him, throw some deep balls, because that is kind of what the defense is lacking. And we'll see how the Cardinals defense plays the 49ers with Trey Lance, because obviously it'll be different with Trey Lance under center compared to Jimmy G. Tommy Huxley says Dwelly is a great receiver and average blocker. Yeah, people really love Dwelly. I just haven't seen it on a consistent basis, and that's because you got George Kittle, a superstar tight end, in front of you, and now Dwelly has an opportunity to get he'll play at least the next 3 games. If he's healthy, he'll be starting. Ross Dwelly, that is, because George Kittle will have to miss a minimum of the next 3 games due to being placed on the IR. So, this is a golden opportunity for Dwelly to prove, he is a pretty good tight end and he just needs more snaps, Let's see. David says scored twice on M before. Okay. Don Dawson says, how long is Kittle out for? So he's out for a minimum of the next 3 games. So what he'll miss, obviously this game, we have a bye week next week, and then he'll miss the Indianapolis game. And I think after the Indianapolis game, I think we play the Chicago Bears. Let me double check. Let's see. Yeah, so obviously we play the Cardinals today, 125. We got the Colts in 2 weeks on Sunday Night Football prime time. And then we play the Bears. So Kittle will miss today's game, the Colts game, and the Bears game at minimum. He'll miss those games. But he'll be re-evaluated, I'm sure, weekly leading up to that point. And hopefully Kittle will be able to suit up about, a month from now. And we play the Cardinals again in a month, November 7th. And that'll be in at Levi Stadium. So that'll be a home game for us. And hopefully Kittle will be available that game. But, who really knows? So we'll be waiting on pins and needles, faithful. Let's see. Let's continue on with these comments. Let's see. Tommy says in regards to the Seahawks 4 future games. Yeah, Jay, 2-2. That sounds accurate. The schedule is easy. Yeah. I mean, it's going to come down to turnovers for the Seahawks. Can Geno avoid the big turnover? Because they can't really afford to win games and not win the turnover battle. If they don't win the turnover battle, they won't win many games. That's for sure. Now, there is some news regarding them good old AZ Cardinals, and it's not great news for the Cardinals. Their offensive lineman, Justin Murray, has been placed on IR. He will not play in this game. He was their swing offensive lineman. He played multiple positions along the offensive line. He played guard. He played tackle. But unfortunately for the Cardinals, offensive lineman Justin Murray has been placed on IR. Cornerback. This is the Arizona Cardinals, one of their up-and-coming cornerbacks. And, he played in the slot position, at the cornerback position. Byron Murphy did. So when the Cardinals would have their 2 cornerback starters, Murphy would be outside, and I think Alford would be on the other side. And then when they have their nickel coverage, Murphy would slide inside, and he would guard the slot wide receiver on the other team. So Byron Murphy being out is huge for the Cardinals. He is I think he is their best corner, I believe. And unfortunately for them, cornerback Byron Murphy will be out today. Also, cornerback Wilson, he is questionable to play today due to a rib injury. So basically, he's like a game time decision. We should know sooner than later. And the Cardinals, as you see, they have a lot of injuries in their secondary. So they're bringing up guys from the practice squad, kind of similar to the Niners. Bringing in guys from the practice squad to play secondary. So I think that is a favorable matchup for the 49ers with, Debo, Trent Sherfield, Mohamed Sanu, Ayuk, Dwelly going up against the Cardinals secondary. I think we do have an advantage there. And hopefully Trey Lance will be accurate with the ball today, and hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that. Also, another cornerback, Hamilton for the Arizona Cardinals. He's questionable with an ankle injury. Also, Max Williams, tight end, one of Kyler Murray's security blankets when he needs to get rid of the ball out quick. Tight end Max Williams, he is questionable with a shoulder injury. I know running back Chase Edmonds, I think I saw a few hours ago on Twitter that he is expected to play. He's been battling a shoulder injury, so we'll see. He may suit up to play, but we'll see how effective he'll be. And I think that could be one of the biggest injuries. I think the biggest injury is cornerback Byron Murphy being out, but also running back Chase Edmonds, who's had a pretty good year. And Chase Edmonds and James Conner, they're a good 1-2 punch at their running back position. But fortunately for the Cardinals, running back Chase Edmonds will play today. Also, right tackle Kelvin Beachum, he's a game-time decision, also a rib injury. And I think that's another area where the 49ers should have an advantage. Our defensive line against their offensive line, I think we have an advantage. And if Beecham can't play, obviously that bodes well in our favor. That's for sure. So this is the latest Arizona Cardinals news regarding their injuries. Hey Zeus, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream. Hey Zeus, how is your Sunday morning going? He says, "What's up?" It's all good when we talking about the faithful, the Niner Empire. Let's see. Jesus says, think to move on to Trey and no injury prone Jimmy. I mean, you know Jesus. I'm one of the biggest Jimmy G supporters, and I would say this: through the first 4 games, am I more confident in Jimmy G's ability? Unfortunately, I'd have to say no. He's had some positive plays. He has some positive drives, and then he's had some negative plays and negative drives. And it seems like to me the negative kind of outweighs the positive with Jimmy at this point. We are 2-2 still. The season is still young, but if Trey comes in and if he plays good, I think you might as well stick with Trey. I think at this point, this may be surprising to some people, but I think you got to stick with Trey. If Trey's playing good, and this is because of the way Jimmy's playing, or how Jimmy's not being an efficient passer, how Jimmy is not able to make plays. I think I would say Trey Lance, me wanting Trey Lance to start is more on what Jimmy can't do than necessarily what Trey can do. If Jimmy was playing great, kind of like how he was doing in 2019. Well, I guess some people say he wasn't playing great, but I say he was playing pretty good. If he was playing like that, and that's the Jimmy that I was expecting to see this year, maybe that's wishful thinking. But I feel like Jimmy, I don't know if he's regressed, but he hasn't shown that he got better. And, he's making mistakes that are, in contributing to losses. And if Trey could come in and play pretty good, we might as well stick with Trey, I think. But we'll see what Shanahan thinks. We'll see at the end. Obviously, it's his decision, so we'll see what Shanahan thinks of the game. Let's see. Tommy, I think he's answering Don's question about how long Kittle will be out for. Yeah, so it's 3 games in 4 weeks. We do have a bye week next week, and usually you'd want your team to have a bye week later in the season, maybe like week 10, week 11, like toward the middle of the season. I guess technically it'd be like week 8, week 9. But we're getting it a few weeks earlier. But I think it kind of works out in our favor because Kittle will miss 1 less game, hopefully, if he can come back in a month. If he can come back in a month, then he'll only miss 3 games as opposed to 4. So I think that kind of works out for us. Valix Prime Sports. What's good? How you doing today, man? Thanks for coming through to the stream. Hopefully your Sunday is going well, man. Thanks for tuning in. And I appreciate everyone. If you hit that thumbs up button in the stream, let me know you're enjoying the stream. Also, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed as well. Let's see. Jesus says Trey telegraphs his throws, slow delivery, pocket presence not there yet. Yeah, and that's all true. He is a rookie. And that's part of the reason why, I wanted to stick with Jimmy. But, people love the big playability of Trey. They love that he's dynamic in the pocket. He has all the athleticism and tools you'd want in a quarterback, but he doesn't have the experience. The pocket presence will come with time. The only way you get better pocket presence is you gotta play a lot of snaps. The delivery will come. That's one thing about Jimmy. Jimmy did have a great delivery, but and these are all the reasons why I wanted to stick with Jimmy. But Jimmy, he's not playing great right now. He's not playing great, and that's why I think we should roll with Trey. But let's see how Trey does. He'll obviously play in this game, and then Jimmy will be reevaluated, daily next week, and also the following week since we have a bye. And it'll be interesting to see who will be the starter that Sunday night game against the Indianapolis Colts. So This is also Jesus. I guess these growing pains were going to happen regardless, right? Even if, let's say, Jimmy stayed healthy all year, and you know Trey started next year. Eventually, he's going to have growing pains, and he's going to, as Jesus says, unfortunately, Trey's going to learn on the job with growing pains. Yep, that's how, that's how it's going to be done, and that's just how it is. But I think Trey Lance is in the best situation as a rookie quarterback coming into this draft. You look at Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville; they're a rebuilding franchise. You look at Zach Wilson with the New York Jets. Shout out to Robert Saleh; they're a rebuilding franchise. I think even the Patriots are a solid team, but I think Trey Lance, is in one of the better situations under Kyle Shanahan with the weapons we have on the offensive side of the ball. I think Trey Lance should do well. Will he struggle a little bit? Absolutely, because he's a rookie. I mean, that's pretty much what you would expect. Antonio Rosales, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Antonio. He says Jimmy doesn't look hurt. He's there in Arizona. Now, I haven't seen any video from the Niners in Arizona working out, doing warm-ups or whatever. So I can't say yes or no to this statement. But yeah, he's definitely going to be there in Arizona with the team, supporting his teammates. Absolutely. But he was not able to practice all week, Antonio. So if you're questioning his injury status, there's a reason why Jimmy didn't practice all week. And if he can't practice all week, then he shouldn't play, especially, at the quarterback position. Now, if it's someone like Kittle, he's going to play regardless, unless he's ruled out, in which he was. But for instance, last week, leading up to the Seahawks game, I don't think Kittle practiced all week. He might have practiced a little bit on Friday, but majority of the week he was out of practice, but he still played. And I think the same thing with Trent Williams this week. He missed the first 2 days of practice, but then he practiced on Friday. So, Jimmy didn't practice all week, and that's why Trey is the starter. Absolutely. Let's see. Jay says he thinks that Trey will do good today. Yeah, I think Trey will have some positive plays. He'll have some negative plays. And this is all about, him getting used to being an NFL quarterback. There's going to be some good times and bad times. And I'm sure that's what we'll see. So let's go to, I think there are at least 3 favorable matchups for the 49ers today. And I want to go over those with you guys today. Let's see. So 3 favorable matchups today against the Arizona Cardinals. Deebo Samuel, he's having a fantastic junior year to his NFL season. I believe he still leads the league in receiving yards. There's no doubt through the first 4 games of the season that Deebo Samuel has been the 49ers' best offensive playmaker. He's been the 49ers' best receiver, and he's been the 49ers' most productive player. And I think Deebo Samuel versus this banged-up Arizona Cardinals secondary should be a matchup that Deebo, has the advantage in, and hopefully Trey Lance can get him the ball accurately. As I mentioned before, Byron Murphy, the Cardinals' best corner, is currently out for the game. They also have another, I think, 2 corners who are questionable to play. They still have Robert Alford, and I think he's a solid corner, but I don't think we'll see. We'll see how he matches up against Deebo. But I think Deebo has an advantage against this Arizona Cardinals secondary, that's for sure. Our number 2 favorable matchup, it's got to be our running game. I know Tommy mentioned, hey, we might throw the ball more. And I think Trey will throw deep more for sure than Jimmy did. But, our bread and butter is still the running game. Make no mistakes about it. We still need to run the ball effectively. And we got Elijah Mitchell. He is active for the game. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think we definitely missed Elijah Mitchell in last game. That's for sure. The last 2 or 3 weeks, we definitely missed Elijah Mitchell. We missed his breakaway speed. And Trey Sermon, he's a solid back. He had his best game last week, but he doesn't have the same speed as Elijah Mitchell. But I think our running game with Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, and also Trey Lance, I think we should have a productive day on the ground. Right now, the Cardinals are a bottom 6 run team. They don't do well defending the run. They average about 135 yards that they allow. I think we should get over 135 yards on the running game. When you combine those three players, I think we should definitely have that pretty easy. I would say our third favorable matchup is the 49ers defensive line versus the Arizona Cardinals offensive line. Right now, I think their right tackle, Kelvin Beachum, is a game time decision. I like my chances with Nick Bosa against pretty much any left tackle in the league. I like my chances with Nick Bosa. Javon Kinlaw should be playing. When Javon Kinlaw is in the lineup, we seem to do a better job at stopping the run. And that's another thing that the Cardinals do well. They love to run the ball. But I think we have an advantage on our defensive line. Hopefully we can see more out of Arden Key, Samson. Hopefully we'll see more out of those two guys. Of course, Armstead, D Ford. But I like our chances going up against their offensive line. That's for sure. Let's see. We got some comments here. Okay, let's see. Make sure I don't forget anyone. Okay, Tommy Huxley is giving us an update on the current players who are inactive. So Juwan Jennings, Buster Screen, and Zach Kerr are inactive. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, so I wonder if Juwan Jennings isn't active because we brought up Travis Benjamin, I wonder. Because our receivers would be Ayuk, Debo, Sanu, Sherfield, and I guess Benjamin. So those would be the five wide receivers. I forgot. I forgot we signed Buster Screen. I haven't really heard much from him. I'm surprised he's not, played in any games yet. This is kind of surprising. Let's see. I'm going to double check our depth chart at the cornerback position. Now, of course, you got Mosley. Norman is back, which is good. So Josh Norman will be active today. Those will be the two starting corners. And then, of course, you have Lenore and Dre Kirkpatrick is active as well. He played pretty well coming back last week. And there's still Dante Johnson. So I assume those would be the four cornerbacks. Mosley, Norman, Lenore, Dante Johnson, and Dre Kirkpatrick. So those are the 5 cornerbacks. And then also Zach Kerr is inactive. I appreciate the update, Tommy. Appreciate that update. Jesus says, who is running the ball today? Well, great news, Jesus. Elijah Mitchell is back. He missed the past, I believe, 2 games? Seems like 3 games, but I think he missed the last 2 games due to a shoulder injury. He is active today. He will be playing. Trey Sermon will also be at the running back position. I think he had his best game last week against the Seahawks. And Jacquees Patrick, he is the third string running back, and also Trenton Cannon. Those will be the last 2 running backs in the depth chart. It'll be interesting to see if Cannon will still be at kick return, or will the 49ers put Travis Benjamin there. That will be something to look at. Let's see. Thomas says also Banks and Thomas are inactive. So Ambry Thomas, the corner, he's inactive, and also the guard Banks. I wonder if Banks is he even practicing? Because I know he had the shoulder injury. I'm not even sure if Banks is still practicing. They said he would be out a few weeks, and that was back in August. So I guess he should be practicing with the team now. I just haven't really heard much about him pretty much since he's been hurt. Let's see. Yep. Tommy Huxley confirms. Yep. Sermon and Mitchell will be the running backs. And Jay also confirms that Juwan Jennings will be out and Zach Kerr. Yep. And Buster Screen. Antonio says Lance was the right pick at 3. Looks like all the rookie quarterbacks are going to lose today. Yeah, I think the Jets and Falcons game, they were playing in London, and that was at, I think, it came on 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, so really early on the West Coast. And I saw a little bit of that game. And, yeah, the Jets lost today. But, the rookie quarterbacks, they're going to struggle. There's no doubt about that. It's rare that a rookie quarterback will come in and just light the league on fire and have great years. Now, obviously, Justin Herbert and with the LA Chargers, he kind of is the exception. I know Joe Burrow had a good year last year, but even the great Peyton Manning, he had a terrible rookie year. So it's a huge transition from the speed of the game, the language, the defense, the reading the schemes, making adjustments on the fly. There's a lot of adjustments that a rookie, just a rookie in general, has to make when they come to the NFL. And now you mix in a quarterback where he has all the responsibility on the team, or a bulk of the responsibility on the offensive side of the ball. There's gonna be some growing pains, and that's why I was like, yeah, we riding with Jimmy. No need to rush Trey. And now that Jimmy got hurt, Trey, hopefully he makes the most out of his opportunity today. And Jay confirms, yes, Josh Norman will be active today. Yeah, he had that bruised lung injury, 2 weeks ago? I think that was against Green Bay. And I think the cornerbacks who we picked up, I think they played solid. Josh Norman, Drake Kirkpatrick, I think they played solid so far. And obviously, what helps a secondary, or a secondary's best friend, that I love to say, is the pass rush. And if we get a pass rush, from the 49ers, how we played last week against Seattle, where we forced a bunch of 3-and-outs, I think that'll bode well for this secondary. And we will limit the possibility of the Cards' offense, because they do have a pretty good offense so far through the first 4 weeks of the season. Tommy says, I already said all that, Jay. Let's see. Cooper, YouTube 12. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Coop. He says, go Cardinals. This will be a heck of a game, Jay. Respect to the Niners either way. Yeah, Ace, I feel the same, man. It's going to be a great game. Cardinals are at home. They are undefeated, but we know about the Cardinals Stadium. We played our home games there last year in December. So we're really comfortable playing at State Farm Arena. And it should be a hell of a game. I think it'll be a high scoring game. That's for sure. I could definitely see the score being like in the late 20s, low 30s. That's for sure. Young Hitter agrees with Jay. He says most definitely running game is where it's at. Yeah, this is Shanahan's bread and butter. Do you really want Trey to play one dimensional? Or would you rather have a balanced attack, so that way the defense doesn't know, hey, is this going to be a run? Is this going to be a pass? I think it's better to have the defense on their toes than to know, all they're just going to do is throw, And I think Trey will play better if there's a effective run game to go along with the pass game. And then we can work off play action. Play action is crucial too. I think Trey Lance would be great working off play action, throwing it to, Dwelly and other receivers on the team. So I think the running game definitely is where it's at, and that's what the Cardinals struggle to do most. Cardinals defense struggles against the run, so why would we not run the ball, And that is one of our strengths. Bay Area Throwbacks. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Bay Area Throwbacks. How's your Sunday going, man? I know you were probably disappointed about your Giants losing last night. I know their series is tied 1-1. Now they head down to LA. So good luck to your Giants, man. Hopefully they can pull it out. Let's see. Jay said, in regards to Tommy, I know, I just wanted to make sure. I appreciate that, Jay. Tommy says they don't invest in the O-line. They really need one. Murray is best when he is blitzed. Yeah, I saw that stat too, Tommy. There's a stat out there with Kyler Murray. I believe he has the highest quarterback rating when he is blitzed. So even if we're able to get after Kyler Murray, he can still find the open receiver. I mean, he's clearly shown that. So it'll be interesting to see. DeMeco Ryan, he will have his hands full, our defensive coordinator. How is he going to defend Kyler Murray? Obviously, we know he is slippery in the pocket. He's dynamic. He loves to roll out, extend time, allow his receivers to get open. And we may have to, put a spy on him. But do we have a spy on the Niners defense that can keep up with Kyler Murray? I love Fred Warner. I don't know if he can necessarily keep up with Kyler, though. I guess on his best day he can, but we'll see. We'll see. And it's going to be tough to bottle up Kyler Murray the entire game. That's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, Tommy says do not blitz Murray. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. But if we don't blitz, we got to keep a spy. Whether that's Fred Warner, whether it's that is Alzi Shahir, whether that's Jimmy Ward, Jaquiski Tartt. I don't know. I don't know if we have a player on this defense that can keep up with Kyler. Kyler makes a lot of defenders look silly, but yeah, spy is a great idea, and we'll see what DeMeco Ryans' defensive strategy is. And if it doesn't work, whatever it is, he's got to adjust in game. Antonio says Patriots looking like they're going 1-4. Jimmy G trade possible? Nah, I don't think so. No way. I don't think they would trade for Jimmy. I think they're riding with the young buck in what's his name, Mac Jones. I don't think they would trade for Jimmy. I don't think so. And honestly, I don't think the Niners would. I mean, Shanahan has been, really supportive of Jimmy G this year. And I don't think the Patriots would trade for Jimmy. No. I think they're riding with Mac Jones. He's going to have his growing pains, but he seems to be the quarterback of the future for the Patriots. Looks like Tommy agrees with me. He says highly doubtful. Yeah, I don't know why. What's more likely that Belichick would want to trade for Jimmy, or that the Niners would actually trade Jimmy to Patriots? I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it. Especially Jimmy's hurt. Why would the Patriots trade for a player that's hurt? But I would be surprised. Hey, Zeus says Mitchell, Sermon, and Hasty are a good 1-2-3 punch combo. I would agree. I'm looking forward to when Hasty will return. And when will Hasty return? I forgot, how long is Jermichael Hasty? I'd have to look it up. Maybe someone can tell me in the chat. But Hasty, unfortunately he's hurt. Wilson Jr. is hurt. I think Wilson Jr. should be back in November. Obviously, Mostert's out for the rest of the year. So, yeah, our running backs basically will be Mitchell, Sermon. Whenever Hasty comes back, we still have Jacquees, Trenton Cannon. So those are the running backs. Yeah, yep. Hasty is out with that high ankle sprain. I'm not sure how long he's out. I'm not sure if the 49ers put him on IR yet. I'm not sure. I would have to look that up. Let's see. Jermichael Hasty, because he had that same high ankle injury that Maurice Hurst had, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like Jermichael Hasty was placed on IR. So running back Jermichael Hasty was placed on IR due to that high ankle injury, and that was on. Actually, that was a few weeks ago. So we'll see how he does. We'll see how he have an extra week to rest for the bye week and to recover. So hopefully he'll be ready sooner than later. Jay says at Tommy, Kittle will be out for 3 games. That's good news. That's good news, Jay. Tommy says, how is that good news? Jay says, because we cannot afford Kittle to be out long term. Yeah. That's a great question. That's a great point, I should say. But, man, what do you guys think about George Kittle? I mean, superstar tight end. I feel like we should definitely use him more, but it's unfortunate that he gets hurt very often. And Kittle is a workout warrior, especially in the offseason. But what's the deal? What's the deal with Kittle? Why is he getting hurt so often? It definitely doesn't help when Jimmy G is throwing passes and the defenders have just open shots at Kittle, like that pass last week where you saw Kittle's knee just buckle. And I just thought, man, hopefully that's not a ACL injury. Also, what was that? Was that in the 2020 season as well? Jimmy G threw a ball to Kittle, and I think Budda Baker took out Kittle's knee, and he was out multiple weeks. So, No doubt, Kittle gets nicked up, but Jimmy's got to throw a better ball, so that way his offensive players don't get killed when they try to catch the ball. That's for sure. Fern 559 LST. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. He says we really need to get the running game started to set up play action. That's what makes our offense dangerous. I totally agree with you, Fern. Totally agree. I couldn't have said it better myself. And I think we will do that, especially with the rookie. We don't want to just put him in pistol or shotgun and he's going to throw 50 times a game. No way. I don't see that happening, especially because the Cardinals' run D is putrid. Let's face it, it's putrid. It's terrible. And we want to run the ball. And I'm glad that Elijah Mitchell's back. Hopefully the offense gets a boost from, Elijah Mitchell being back in the starting lineup. And let's see. Looks like we are about 55 minutes from kickoff. Let's continue on with these comments. Let's see. Tommy says he will be back next game against the Arizona Cardinals. That's what we hope as far as Kittle. He has to miss at least 3 games. So that would be obviously today's game, but the Indianapolis game in 2 weeks, and then the Chicago game. He's got to miss at least three games due to being placed on IR. And we'll see how that calf is able to heal up during that time. But hopefully, that's the hope, is that Kittle can play in a month against Arizona at home. Tommy says we should have swept the Cards last year. They got lucky with that punt block week 1. Yeah, that was a huge turnover, that's for sure. Jay says week 9 is when we honor the great defensive tackle, Brian Young. Nice. That's definitely well earned, well deserved. Looking forward to that. Jay says Brian Young should be in Canton, Ohio. All right. I think he's going to go into the 49ers Ring of Honor, I believe. That's for sure. Tommy Huxley says, is Charlie Warner playing? Yes. He should be the second tight end on the depth chart right now, with Ross Dwelly being the starter. Charlie Warner's behind him, and we brought up another tight end. Let me pull up his name real quick. Let's see. We brought up a tight end from the practice squad. What's his name? Let's see. Oh, that was Tanner Hudson. Never heard of him, but Tanner Hudson should be active today. I'm surprised we didn't bring up Jordan Matthews. He's been with the team, but I don't know. But yeah, Tanner Hudson, the tight end, he will be the third tight end behind Warner, and Warner will be behind Ross Dwelly. Young Hitter says, let's make this undefeated team defeated. Let's give them their first loss. I agree 100%, Young Hitter. I think we can definitely do it. And I think there are definitely multiple ways we can do that. And I'm going to get into that very shortly. But yeah, I think we can definitely give the Cardinals their first loss. We're going to have to play a pretty, almost perfect game. Not a lot of penalties. We have to win the turnover battle. We can't beat ourselves. We can't give them extra opportunities to score. But I think we should play well against the Cardinals. 912-9er. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, 912. He says, what's good, Jay? Bang, bang. As long as Eric Armstead plays inside, we will be fine. Russell Wilson picked on him in the second half. Break and contain. Yeah. That's been a I don't get it. Like, you're a defensive end. You got to keep outside contained. If you don't, then the play will go where you were. So, especially on those zone reads, whoever the defensive end is, keep outside contained. You basically have to watch the play. If you keep outside contained, basically there'll be a running play up the middle, and then the defensive lineman and the linebackers will have to get him. But if you fire off at the running back, then usually Russell Wilson or whatever quarterback's going to keep the ball, and they're going to go right where you were at for a big gain outside. So our defensive ends definitely have to keep contained. And Eric Armstead, he has kind of struggled with that so far. I've noticed that as well. Tommy Huxley says, keep him in the pocket is key. Murray is known to make picks. I would agree. We have to keep him in the pocket and keep him off the field. We definitely have to keep him off the field. If we're able to chew the clock, we're able to win the time of possession. We're able to convert on third downs. It'll be less opportunities for the Cardinals offense. And I think that's a great defensive strategy as well. Just keep the ball away from Kyler. And yes, that is correct. Keep him in the pocket, and we probably should not blitz him. He's the best passer so far when teams are blitzing the Cardinals because he can still find an open receiver, and he is faster than a lot of players in the NFL, very quick, and he can get away from those players even if they blitz. Jay says we need to contain Kyler Murray, make sure he does not run. Absolutely, and I think we gotta employ a spy. I think that's something we definitely have to do. We have to be able to spy Kyler Murray, have a defender watch his every move. Maybe that'll be Fred Warner. Maybe that will be Al Shahir. Or maybe it'll be a safety. I don't know. Wow, I see you, Tommy. He said if they blitz Murray, I want D'Amico fired immediately. That's pretty good, Tommy. Yeah, I don't think that would be a wise idea. I would say that it's not a wise idea to blitz Murray, especially since what we know about Kyler Murray and how he does to teams who blitz him. Yes, and I think you were talking about JaMychal Hasty, running back. Yes, he is on IR. Antonio says Jimmy G and Kittle in Arizona right now practicing with each other. Okay. All right. I mean, hey, I'm not sure what you want me to say. Are you saying they should be playing today? I mean, I don't think that's right. That's not possible. Kittle and Jimmy couldn't practice all week. Maybe they're just throwing the ball to each other. Maybe they're doing that. But you're saying, Antonio, are you saying they're not hurt, man? Are you saying there's a conspiracy? Is that what you're saying, Antonio? I don't think that's the case, Antonio. If they're throwing the ball to each other, all right, I dig it. But they couldn't practice all week. So, Squishy Fish, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Squishy Fish. He says, hopefully the 49ers will win today. Absolutely. I think we have a great chance to win today. We are on a 2-game losing streak. It's weird. We won the first 2 games on the road, lost the next 2 games at home. Now we're back on the road again. Maybe this is good for us. And wouldn't it be great to beat a division rival? And, well, first, it would be great to beat a division rival in their house, and they would be no longer undefeated. So a lot of things can happen today that's great in the 49ers' favor, but the last 2 games we lost, I think it was because of penalties, turnovers, and just the offense being stagnant in the first half. So we have to definitely be better at those things if you want to be able to win the game. But thanks for tuning in, Squishy Fish. Feel free to subscribe and like the channel, man. I appreciate it. Fern559 says, I like Sanu, but I wish they would put Sherfield in. He is a great route runner and faster player. I think defenses would have a hard time with all that speed on the field. I would agree with you. But maybe Sanu's a better blocker. I know Sanu is more familiar with Shanahan's system. Sanu was there in Atlanta when Shanahan was offensive coordinator. I think Sherfield is probably a better player than Sanu at this point, but Shanahan, he puts players in who he wants, so for whatever reason, he feels like Sanu is the better player. Maybe he's the better blocker, at this point, 49er minded. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, 49er minder. It's all good on a Sunday. We are less than an hour away from game time. We're less than an hour away from kickoff, so it's all good. 49er minded, and keep doing what you're doing, 49er minded. 49er minded, for those that don't know, is a YouTuber. He talks about, of course, the faithful, the Niner Empire. Make sure you guys check him out. 49er minded, man. Excellent content, man. I gotta have you back, 49er minded, on my show. I think I want to say you were on my show the last time. I know I went on your show once, and I think you went on mine again. But yeah, I got to have you come on my show and vice versa during the season, so we can do like a reaction Monday or something like that. So we'll reach out to each other though, for sure, man. But keep doing what you're doing, 49er minded. Excellent content, man. Young Hitter says going to be a great game for sure, absolutely. 49er minded says that's my quarterback. I don't know if I can say that about Jimmy G. You know, if he regains the starting position, yeah. But I really don't know. I don't know what Shanahan wants. Clearly, he still feels that Jimmy G is the best quarterback in the building, and a lot of people don't feel that way. But it all depends on what Shanahan wants. But I'm excited to see what Trey can bring to this offense in today's game. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the Trey area. I'm looking forward to his first game as a starter, and we'll see. Maybe he'll start the rest of the season. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's continue on with these comments. Let's see. Clamp. What's good? He says, yo, what's good, man? How you doing? 49er minded says practicing with each other. Haha. Yeah, I don't Jimmy G and Kittle couldn't practice all week. That's why they're not playing today. So I think Antonio said that they were practicing right now in Arizona. Maybe they're throwing the ball to each other, Maybe they're doing that, but yeah, I would be surprised if they're practicing. Let's see. Jay says Trey Lance is ready. That's what I hope so, man. He should be ready. He had a full week of first string practice. Obviously, he came in basically unprepared. The last week against the Seahawks in the second half. So I want to see full week of practice. They've scouted the Cardinals defense. They know what they do well. They know what they don't do well. Also, the Cardinals have a banged up secondary right now, so there should be opportunities for Trey Lance and his offense to move the ball down the field. 49er minded gives his opinion on Sherfield versus Mohamed Sanu. He says Sherfield is a better option. I would agree with that. Yes. Yeah, Sherfield is better. I would think so. Crisco's Country Life. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Crisco. How's your Sunday going? Good luck to your Saints today. As he said, they just scored a touchdown, man. Good luck to your Saints. 49er minded says the faithful, the Niner Empire. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely got to link up again during the season. Absolutely, man. We gotta put that in the works, man. That's for sure. Fern says, Jay, love the show, but have to get ready for the game. Let's go Niners. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for coming in to the stream. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for conversing with me in the stream. I appreciate that, man. But you have a good rest of your Sunday. Hopefully it'll be a victory Sunday for the faithful, for the Niner Empire. You have a good rest of your day, man. Yes, this is the first time using the green screen, and I know it's not perfect, but it's definitely a work in progress. But yeah, it's something I wanted to add to my streams, a green screen, different backgrounds and things like that. So yeah, man, thanks for noticing though. I appreciate that, man. Let's see. Antonio says, I'm more worried about Shanahan's play calling than Lance making his first start. Interesting. What are you concerned about Shanahan's play calling? Do tell, Antonio. I mean, there are definitely some head scratching plays. Like I love Juice, but I think he's best utilized as a receiving back out of the backfield and blocking. I don't think Juice is good, in shotgun or pistol run formation and giving him the ball and run up the gut. I don't think that's his strength. So yeah, that was a questionable play call. But I'm not worried about Shanahan's play calling. Like, a lot of people talk about the play calling, and I know I just mentioned one of the play calls that I didn't like, but the players, they still have to execute. Regardless of what play is called, there's a reason why Shanahan, who I respect as a play caller, play designer, there's a reason why he's calling up a specific play, and the players have to execute. Shanahan could call a great game, but if the players don't execute the play, then it's not going to be a great play. So, you know, it's easy to say, oh, well, that play shouldn't have been called, especially if it doesn't work. But did the players execute it? Like, you have to hold the players accountable as well. But honestly, that's the least of my worries today. The least of my worries is not Shanahan's play calling. I think my number one thing for today's game, we can't beat ourselves. The last two games, we beat ourselves, faithful. Y'all saw it. The turnovers, the penalties. We can't beat ourselves. That's the number one thing for me today. No turnovers. I know there's going to be penalties in the game, but hopefully no defensive pass interference penalties, no roughing the passer penalties, nothing like that. Because the first 2 weeks of the season, we were in the top 10 of least penalized teams. I'm not sure where we're at now, but last 2 weeks, the penalties and turnovers, they just they contributed to a loss. That's for sure. So that's my number one thing. And hopefully, also, we have to have a great running game today. We have to have a balanced offensive attack. Run the ball, pass the ball, throw off play action. I think we'll do pretty well. Young Hitter says, game day faithful. Let's go Niners. That's right. 49er Minder says, yeah, no head scratchers today, Kyle. That would be nice. Oh, man. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. So it's the moment you've all been waiting for. I know you've been waiting on it. It's time for Jay and the Bays. Keys to victory for the faithful, for the Niner Empire. Let's get into it. Number one, y'all know it. We got to run the ball. Do I need to say anything else? We got to run the ball. We got to have an effective running game, especially since the Cardinals have a terrible run defense. It'll probably be in the Niners' best interest to do something that the other team can't defend, right? And that's running the ball. I'm glad that Elijah Mitchell is back. Hopefully we'll see some electric plays from Elijah Mitchell. We definitely missed his speed in the last few games. I like Trey Sermon, but he's not the same player as Mitchell. They're different players, and that's okay. But I'm glad Mitchell is back. Also, Trey Sermon, I think he had his best game as a 49er last week. Hopefully he can build on that. And what better than to do that against one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. So I like our run game, but we got to run the ball. Also, running the ball keeps the ball out of Kyler Murray's hands. And I think if we win the time of possession, convert on third downs, I think it'll definitely put us in a better situation to have a victory Sunday, faithful. All right, let's get into these comments. Let's see. Looks like the Bengals and Packers, they got a close game. Tommy says Crosby missed the field goal. Okay. Jay said the same thing. 49er Minder says Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon. Absolutely. I think the Cardinals, they average about 135 rushing yards allowed on defense. I think we'll have more rushing yards than that. That's one of my predictions of the day. We'll have more than 135 yards total. And that, of course, includes Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance will run the ball as well. That's for sure. 49er Minded says Sermon is a bruiser. He is. 49er Minded says, Jay today, you need to go to Fleming's to experience a real steakhouse. That's an excellent idea. Man. That's definitely on my to-do list for sure. But yeah, I'll definitely do that. And then once I do it, I'll take a picture of my meal. I'll send it to you, 49er Minded, and then we can talk about that, man. Jay says Sermon and Mitchell might be a great duo. They're gonna have to be if we're going to have mini victory Sundays. We're gonna have to run the ball. I don't envision us not being able to run the ball effectively and winning games. I think that's going to be very difficult for us to do. I think so. 49er Minded says make a video. That's funny. Let's see. Number 2 of Jay's keys to victory. Y'all know it. We got to contain Kyler Murray. We know Kyler Murray is very dynamic. He's similar to Russell Wilson. I think he might be a little bit quicker, but he brings a similar element to the offense that Russell Wilson brings. Kyler's got a good arm. He can maneuver out of the pocket. He can move to the left, move to the right. He allows his receivers to get, more time to get open. And we've seen it. It's very, very frustrating playing the Cardinals because even if Bosa, Ford, they're able to get a pass rush on him, he can still maneuver out the pocket. So it's going to be very important. I believe, who said this? I think, did Tommy say this? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think Tommy said he was talking specifically about our defensive ends. They have to keep outside contained. I think it was either Tommy or Jay that said that. My mistake, but very true. Our defensive ends will have to keep outside contained. That way Kyler cannot run outside, keep him in the pocket. And I think that'll be I think that's how you defend Kyler. And it'll be interesting to see how DeMeco Ryans defends Kyler Murray. It's going to be very, very, interesting to see how he defends Kyler. Will he put a spy on him? I know we shouldn't blitz him. Maybe they should blitz on non-obvious blitzing downs. I don't know, to surprise Kyler. We'll see. But you can't really let him sit in the pocket all day. You kind of have to bring some type of pressure, or at least put a spy on him. So it'll be interesting to see what DeMeco Ryans does. Young Hitter says a sermon seeing Mitchell play good may make him better. I think Sermon is a solid back. I just think that in this offense where it's just like it's the zone run scheme and it's just like a one cut and go, you need a running back. I don't know. I feel like we've been spoiled with Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert, one of the fastest running backs in the NFL. When Raheem Mostert made that cut, it was very few defenders who could run and catch him and tackle him. When Raheem Mostert got the ball, he ran, he made that cut. It was off to the races usually. And Mitchell has shown the ability to do that. And with Sermon, he's just a little bit slower. He doesn't have that home run ability. And that's no fault to his own. We drafted him the third round. And I think he's a solid back. He showed what he could do against the Seahawks defense. And hopefully he can have a even better performance against Arizona. Now, that's a great idea. That's a great idea, 49er Minded. I like that you said that. It will be nice to see Hufanga and Marcel Harris in the mix. I know Hufanga's not known for his speed. I know that. But he just has a knack for getting to the ball. But Marcel Harris, maybe they bring in Marcel Harris, maybe use Marcel Harris as a spy, or maybe Hufanga as a spy. Maybe, I don't know. But that would be interesting to see, especially on, third, like long third down drop or long third downs, like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8. Maybe you put a spy on him, get someone out there who's fresh. And maybe Marcel Harris or Hufanga will be in there. That would be interesting. Yeah, no, that is very true. He definitely plays faster than his 40 time. That's for sure. They say there's 40 speed and then there's like playing speed. And there's no doubt that Hufanga is fast on the field. He just has a knack for getting to the ball. So, hey, maybe DeMeco will put Hufanga out there or Marcel Harris to spy Kyler. I think that would be a great idea. Or maybe even I think what would be a good idea is, let's say, on the opposite side of Bosa, maybe you blitz a corner, linebacker, whatever. That'll force Kyler to move to the left. Bosa is now the spy, or he keeps outside contained, and that way you have a blitzer coming from this end, and then you have Bosa on the opposite end, and that they're able to keep Kyler in the pocket. I think that would be a good idea to help contain Kyler. But we'll see. This is Jalen Hurts, he was a solid back, but he doesn't have the maneuverability that Kyler or Russell Wilson have. And I thought we did a pretty good job in containing Russell. So, hey, hopefully that we keep that up with this game against the Cardinals. Young Hitter says, very true, that man is fast. Absolutely. Kyler's very fast. Very, very fast. John, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, John. Earlier in the stream, I gave my prediction to the faithful, the Niner Empire of Trey Lance's stat line. I predict that Trey Lance will have about 250 yards passing. He'll complete about 17 of 30 passes. He'll have a total of 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and one of those touchdowns being a rushing touchdown. If you don't mind, feel free to put your stat line of Trey Lance. What do you think Trey Lance will put up this game against the Cardinals? How many passing yards? You can put in rushing yards, touchdowns. Feel free to put that information in the comment section. I would appreciate that. Let me know how you guys think Trey Lance will perform today. And my number 3 key to victory, we can't beat ourselves. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but we can't afford to have turnovers, penalties, mental mistakes. We have to play disciplined football. And the first 2 weeks of the season, we had 2 victories, and I thought we did pretty well in the turnover department and the penalty department. And the last 2 games, we kind of went haywire, especially with turnovers. Jimmy G had back-to-back games with interceptions. Trenton Cannon fumbled the ball. So we can't have those mental mistakes. We have to play disciplined football. And also with the penalties, we can't have those massive defensive pass interference. Those just totally flip the field in favor of the opposing offense. And it puts the defense in a bad position. So that's my number 3 key to victory. We can't beat ourselves. We got to play disciplined football, limit the amount of penalties, and no turnovers. No turnovers in this game. My number 4 key to victory is we do have to stop the Arizona rushing attack. I believe Edmonds and Connor will be playing in today's game. I know Edmonds was a game time decision, but I believe he will be playing. The Cardinals have a pretty good running attack, and I believe they rank top 7, top 6 in their running attack. Obviously, I think that's what's leading their team this year so far. Granted, they do everything on offense pretty well. They can pass the ball. Obviously, they got D-Hop, they got Kirk, they have a good tight end in Max Williams. They still have a rookie Moore, who they just drafted. And the Cardinals do a lot of things well on offense, but I think we have to slow down the rushing attack first and make that offense one-dimensional. And I think we should do that. Our defense is pretty much healthy without, Greenlaw. We know Verrett. But the defensive line is pretty healthy, and we should be able to be pretty stout against their rushing attack. That's for sure. Let's see. Matt Navarro, what's good? He says, what's good, Jay and the Bay? Looks like we're going to be seeing Kyler Murray run like a squirrel. Yeah, you know it, and that's very frustrating when playing against a player like Kyler Murray. It's very frustrating. Just when you think you got him, he's able to run away because he's very fast, and he's able to, throw to his open receivers. There's a great stat, Matt Navarro, that when blitzed, Kyler Murray has the highest quarterback rating in the NFL. So it may not be a good idea to blitz him, or at least if you blitz him, you got to make sure you get to him. You got to make sure you get to him and bring him to the ground. Because I don't know if you can just sit back. I mean, if you just sit back in coverage, I think any NFL quarterback will eventually be able to find open receivers. So we're gonna have to mix up some coverage. I think we will have to blitz a little bit. Blitzing with the combination of a spy as well on the opposite side of the blitz. I think that would be a good idea. So that way Kyler can't run to the opposite side that the blitz is coming from. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna have to mix it up. John says, "What are your thoughts on Kittle being out?" Man, it's terrible. Very unfortunate. Kittle seems to get nicked up, every year. I thought we should have been using Kittle a lot more through the first 4 games of the season because I think he is a superstar player in this league. Forget tight end; he's just a superstar player in this league. But I think this will open up opportunities for Ross Dwelly. Every time I mention Ross Dwelly, people they think highly of him. I just haven't seen it consistently, but you won't see it because Kittle. You have a superstar tight end and Kittle in front of you, but this is a great opportunity for Ross Dwelly, and hopefully he makes the most out of this opportunity. He'll be, taking a lot of the first team reps, and hopefully Trey Lance can get him the ball. J Mouse is giving us an update on the Packers and Bengals game. He says Crosby missed again. The Packers and Cincy are headed to OT. Yeah, that's been a pretty good game. I was watching that before I logged on. 49er minded. It's time for Dwelly to step up. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, he needs to step up. Charlie Warner will be behind him. Ross Dwelly, he had a pretty good game last week. He had a touchdown catch. That was his first touchdown catch of the year. Hopefully he can have another one this year. And my number 5 are Jay and the Bays. Keys to the game. Of course, it's win up front. I can literally say this every week, but got to be able to create holes in the running game. Got to be able to protect Trey Lance. And on defense, we have to be able to win at the point of attack. So that means stopping the run first and foremost. And hopefully we can get some 3 and outs on defense like we did against Seattle. I think that would be very, very nice if we did that. And right now we're about 24 minutes away from kickoff. Very excited for the game. The trade area era begins for the 49ers. But yeah, got to win up front. Create holes in the running game. Be able to protect Trey in the pocket so he can have some good throwing lanes, and that way he won't be pressured in the pocket. They do now. Cardinals defense, they still got J.J. Watt. He will be lined up inside. So we know how the 49er fans feel about Daniel Brunskill, that he leaves a little bit to be desired in pass coverage or in pass blocking. So J.J. Watt's going to be lined up against, I think, Brunskill and probably our left guard. For some reason, his name is escaping me right now. But J.J. Watt, he is still good as an interior defensive pass rusher. So we'll definitely have to be able to block him in order for Trey Lance to have time. Can't forget about Laken Tomlinson, our left guard. Can't forget about Chandler Jones. He did have a great week 1. He had 5 sacks. He hasn't had a sack since then, but he is still capable. And Trent Williams is coming back from that injury he sustained in last week's game. We'll see how effective he will be. But yeah, we got to win up front on both sides of the ball. If we do these 5 things, I think we will have a successful game. I think we can win the game, and I'll go over those things again. So run the ball. We got to run the ball effectively. We got to contain Kyler. Can't beat ourselves with penalties and turnovers. We definitely have to stop their rushing attack because they are one of the better run teams in the NFL, and we got to win up front. And Faithful, go ahead and predict your 49ers versus Arizona Cardinals score. What do you think the score of the game will be? I think the 49ers will win this game 34-31. Obviously, it's going to be a close game. I think both offenses will be able to score on each other. But I think we will be able to come out on top. Let me know your prediction in them comments. Let's continue on with the comments. Let's see. Jay says, let's get this W. Absolutely. John says, I feel like Kittle's physicality is second to none. Get him the ball and watch those yaks come. That being said, I think Dwelly has better catching hands overall. Interesting. I don't know if Dwelly has better hands. I just haven't seen that much of Dwelly, you know? But we'll see. We'll see how Dwelly's hands are today. He's got a wonderful opportunity. Hopefully he makes the most out of it. And yeah, I agree. I love Kittle's physicality. I love that he never gets taken down by the first tackler, the first would-be tackler. He always is very physical, and we all love that about Kittle. We just wish, you stay healthy, but we love that about Kittle. Let's see. Young Hitter says it's almost that time to win. Let's go Niners Empire. Absolutely. Oh yeah, and be right back. And I gotta give a shout out to someone. I don't know if they want me to say their name. Shout out to someone. They sent this to me. Oh, let me get this in the camera. They sent this to me. It's a Jerry Rice like action figure. It's got the helmet and the football. So shout out to someone that sent this to me to my PO box. I appreciate that. There's something else I can hang up on the wall. But yeah, that's cool. Jerry Rice, 1996 edition. I appreciate that. Let's see. John says Brunskill held his own a bit against Aaron Donald. He did. And offensive line play is funny because you could have 50, 55 snaps and you could do well on 45, but you could have a couple that, the defender just bull rushed you and they were able to get to the quarterback. And I think there will be some of those plays today, especially with J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, he's not the defensive player of the year player anymore, but he's still an effective pass rusher. And Trey Lance will have to get the ball out quick if J.J. Watt's able to blow past his defender. That's for sure. Tell me how you really feel, Tommy. So how do you like that matchup, Tommy, with J.J. Watt going up against Brunskill and Laken Tomlinson, whichever side he lines up on? Yeah, Brunskill, he's definitely not great in pass blocking, that's for sure. He definitely leaves a little bit to be desired in pass blocking. I think he's a good run blocker, but yeah, he definitely could improve, in his pass blocking technique for sure. Let's continue on with these comments. Let's see. Matt Navarro says, I think Kyler Murray is second in passer ratings. Hopefully they make some adjustments and keep Kyler in the pocket. Yeah. I know there's a stat about blitzing Kyler, but I think we kind of have to. I mean, we can't just leave him in the pocket. I mean, the pass rusher is going to have to get there. I like maybe blitzing on Kyler's dominant hand, so on his right, blitzing a corner or someone there. Kyler Murray will run away. We put a spy on the opposite side of Kyler, and then he won't be able to run out of the pocket. I think that we should do that. But we'll see. We'll see what D'Amico does. And hopefully he makes some adjustments if what his original plan doesn't work. Young Hitter says he's got the Niners winning 34-27. All right. I like that. Carlos Jr. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, CJ. He says Trey about to pull a CK7. Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, that would be nice, man. If Trey could have a rookie year that Colin Kaepernick had when he came in, I'll take that right now. Tommy says, I know who sent that, Jay. Who? Let me know in them comments. 49er Minded says it's invisible because of the chroma key. Yeah, I might have to take down the background so you guys can see it, but y'all got the picture. Young Hitter says, heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, appreciate that. Very much. I do appreciate that. Jay said he's got the Niners winning 31-27. Let's see. Tommy says his name starts with the T. I don't know. I would have to ask him. I don't know. I don't think it was. I got a feeling it wasn't. Jay says the Packers kicker is missing field goal, like his job is on the line. Yeah, he's had a tough day. Crosby has definitely had a tough day. John Moreland, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Jay. He says, how do you see Juice playing in today's game with the running backs banged up, Kittle out, and now rookie making his first start? Well, I don't think the running backs are banged up. We're actually getting Elijah Mitchell back. He's been out the last 2 weeks. Sermon will be there as well. Sermon had his best game last week against the Seahawks. I think our running backs are doing pretty well. Hopefully, we use Juice as a receiver out of the backfield. I think that's where he's best utilized. And, of course, blocking for the running backs. I don't want to see Juice on any running plays. I just don't think that's his strength. But, use him as a receiver out of the backfield. He's got good hands. He always seems open. I guess defenders forget about him as a pass catching target, but I think we'll be fine. Now, Kittle being out, I think that's definitely going to hurt. That could hurt the running game. We'll see though with Dwelly, his backup. Dwelly is he's got a great opportunity right now. We'll see if he makes the most of it. A lot of 49er fans think highly of Dwelly. I just have to see more from Dwelly. He had a receiving touchdown last week. Hopefully he can have another one this week. And I'm excited, of course, about Trey every year. How could you not be excited about Trey Lance getting his first start? This Cardinals defense struggles against the run. I think we're going to do that, and that'll take some pressure off Trey by running the ball. Hopefully we can do that effectively. And, of course, it starts up front in the trenches. And if we're able to block up front, we'll be fine. And I'm looking forward to seeing Trey, throw the ball deep. That's something that people criticize. They was hating on Jimmy about, but, it is what it is. But, I'm looking forward to seeing Trey throw deep. Maybe he'll utilize some more receivers. Ayuk hasn't really been featured that much. Debo obviously has been balling out. And maybe we'll see a little bit more Trent Sherfield and Mohamed Sanu. But great question, John. Tommy says, I'm not sure he wants to tell you, LOL. Tommy says he told me today. Hey, if that's the case, I appreciate it, man. Looks like we are 14 minutes from kickoff. I appreciate everyone who's joining me on the pregame live stream for the 49ers and Cardinals today. Shout out to everyone watching. InTheBay Facebook, InTheBay YouTube channel. I probably will go on live at halftime, and we'll talk about what we witnessed from the first half. And of course, I will have a post-game show after the game. I think that's scheduled for 4:45. So hopefully you guys can join me there. But shout out to everyone who was in the stream today. I appreciate that. Young Hitter, thank you very much. Shout out to Young Hitter, Jay, Tommy, John, 49er Minded, Carlos, Matt Navarro, John again. Let's see. Who else? Let's see. Antonio, Fern, Crisco, Clamp. I think I said 49er Minded. Squishy Fish, 912 Niner. Let's see. Hey, Zeus, thanks for coming through. Bay Area Throwbacks. Cooper. I appreciate everyone coming through, contributing to the stream. And, I think it's going to be a hell of a game. And see you later, 49ers Minded, man. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the game. Hopefully everyone has a great day. Enjoy the game today. And, of course, I got the Niners winning 34-31. And I will see you guys in the halftime show if you can join me. And thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. I appreciate everyone. If you like the stream, before you head on out, be sure to like the stream and subscribe to Jay in the Bay on YouTube if you haven't already. And of course, I'm on the IG, I'm on Twitter. I appreciate everyone if you can follow me there. And it's been a blast. I've been on live for about an hour and 40 minutes. It's gone by so fast. Only with the help of you guys in the stream, providing your questions, comments. I appreciate it. And Tommy says we really need our kicker to be good. Absolutely, yeah. We got Mr. Sly in. He will be the kicker. Unfortunately, due to Robbie Gold being out with his groin injury. So yeah, that could be a factor in today's game as well. But looks like we are 11 minutes from game time or kickoff, and I will see you guys hopefully in the halftime show. And thanks for watching your boy Jay in the Bay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Niners.